Yo, party people, it's Ashley of SingleWomanChronicles.com, where being single is a beautiful choice rather than a miserable circumstance. And today's episode is brought to you by my book, Single Woman Chronicles, an Atlanta love story, kinda, and How to Ex Your Ex, a guide to getting past unhealthy relationships. And you can pick these books up at Audible, Amazon, Barnes& and Noble's website, books on Google Play, and Apple Books. All right, so today I am confused. I am bewildered. I am smeckledorfed um, by this whole situation with SK and Raven. Now, y'all know 3 weeks ago, I didn't. First of all, I told y'all. I told y'all what it was. I told y'all these dating shows are trash. Cause like, what is going on? So, Love is Blind, at the reunion, they were celebrating the love of Raven and SK after just everything that happened because he said no at the altar, you know. But then for somehow they spun the block and ended up still together because it is spin the block season. And now it's coming out that SK had been cheating on Raven, or he had a chick the whole time and maybe they was just doing it for the money. I don't know. I don't know these people. I don't know. I'm like, I try not to mind other people's business, but this is for like this is on TV, so I feel like you give me the right because you put it on TV. But this is supposed to be reality, and I do know that our favorite couple, Cameron and I don't know why I can't think of her name, but their relationship is real, and then Alexa and her guy, their relationship is real. So I don't know. You just never know with reality shows because they just don't be reality no more. But oh my god, let me just I'm just trying to process it all. The reason it annoys me is because the messaging that goes through our music and that goes on TV, we don't realize how much it affects how we think, how we feel, how we show up, right? So if we're constantly having messaging, this is why these dating shows like are trash, and I really need them to do better. Because from a single person, even from people who are in a marriage, if all you're seeing is the negative sides of dating, the negative sides of relationships, the negative sides of trying to go and see if love is blind and really put yourself out there, be vulnerable, show up to the process, and then you have obstacles that you could not foresee because folks on here lying, and I don't know what the producers are doing, but a quick Google Instagram search could have found Sweetie Boom Boom that SK was dealing with in the first place. Because all you got to do is put somebody homegirl on the task. Yeah, that's what y'all need to start doing. Y'all need to start these dating shows. Y'all need to start hiring nosy friends, because a nosy friend can find out anything that needs to be known about a man in about 5 minutes using a Google search. I'm the nosy friend. Give me the name. I'm gonna Google it in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna know his middle name. I'm gonna know where he work. I'm gonna know his cousin's name. I'm gonna been and salt and search through all of the comments on his page so I can see who's commenting hard eyes, and then I'm looking under their pictures and their page to see if he on the page with them, because I'm trying to see what's going on. Y'all need to start hiring homegirls. But y'all these shows, I don't think they want the truth. I think they just want the drama for the ratings. But it's very discouraging. And I feel like we're glorifying toxicity right now. Not we as in me, but like society is glorifying toxicity. And it's just really putting a negative aspect on love and dating. Like, more people don't want to get married. There's an attack on marriage there, especially the union in the Black community. I talked about that as well. Just, it's worse for our culture. For some reason, we can't get along to save our lives. And I just wish we would see the destruction of the Black woman and the Black man so we can come together. But that's a story for another day. Back to SK and Raven. I'm upset because from the outside looking in, I only got to see what was on the show. I thought SK was a good guy. I actually didn't like Raven. I felt like she was emotionally unavailable. I felt like she wasn't really there for the process. I felt like she was just there to promote her Pilates because, Sister Girl was in the pods exercising while folks are telling their life stories, which I actually enjoyed because she did that to Bartiste and he needed to be humbled. But I didn't think she was there for the right reason. SK seemed to be there for the right reason. And he seemed to take the process seriously. I felt when he said no at the altar, I thought he did it because she wasn't willing to move with him. She wasn't really willing to compromise. She seemed not to be willing to compromise on, the money aspect and all of that stuff like that. So I really believed that I thought Raven was the villain. But I'm showing up here today and letting y'all know that I no longer think that. The reason I stopped thinking that was really it started at the reunion. I felt like at the reunion, Raven seemed different. She seemed softer. She seemed more emotionally available. She seemed humble. Like she showed up as a different person at the reunion. Now I know in these shows, in edits and posts, they can go and put together whatever story suits what they need. But I liked the Raven that I saw at the reunion. So I was actually happy for them that they were dating and were able to overcome the wedding fiasco. Because listen, let me tell y'all something. The level of rejection of being told no at the altar, I don't think I could have recovered from that. So she's definitely she's a better woman than me because I just don't believe in letting somebody tell me they don't want me twice. I just really don't believe in that. And that has nothing to do with like this cultural thing because, people say that, but like I've literally been through that. Like allowing, because it's spin the block season. Like I've had men spin the block, come back around, want a second chance, and giving them a second chance just for them to end up doing the exact same thing that they did before. So I'm really not one of those people. But I was actually happy for them. I'm like, okay, they seem like they're about to, do well. And then SK just seemed like a humble person. He seemed like a good guy. But we were bamboozled. We were Smeckledorfed. And it just makes me sad. Because the reason Raven liked SK was he listened to her. He saw past her beauty because she is a very, very beautiful woman. He saw past that and he was able to get her to tap into a part of herself that she wasn't used to tapping into. And he was patient with her because, again, the Raven that showed up at the reunion was not the Raven that we saw in the pods or even after the pods. So although SK and Raven are no longer together, I do think the situation brought a different side of Raven out. And I can say that, like, sometimes God will take us through certain situations and certain dating scenarios to bring a different piece of us out that we may not have known was there or present, and use that person just for a season, and then he'll break it off because it wasn't meant, we weren't meant for that person, but what that person came into our life to do, they had an assignment to bring a piece of us out or to teach us a lesson or whatever. Now, me personally, I'm tired of lessons, God. I've learned enough, in my opinion, and I stand on that. But with SK and Raven, I do, from the outside looking in, see that, like, I feel like Raven did grow from this process. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know this woman, but I'm pretty sure, like, if she does come out and speak, she may say that. Now, it was wrong of SK to do the buffoonery that he did. Absolutely wrong. And I am very disappointed in him. Insert Tyra Banks. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Because I really thought he was a good dude. And I don't know if y'all have experienced that, where you thought you picked right this time. Like, you thought You use your intuition. You didn't go with the normal guy that you would go with. You dated outside your type. You went a different way. You were uncomfortable. You were guarded, but then you allowed yourself to open up. You trusted yourself with this decision because this seemed like the right decision, and then you get into it, and the dude end up not being who you thought he was. It is very painful because it's like, yo, I did everything right and I still get played? For real? What? As you can see that I've felt that before. I've definitely been through that before. In those situations, me personally, how I recover and how I hope Raven recovers is just seeing, okay, how did I grow from this? What's the new thing that came out of me that I can use in my next relationship, that I can use with the right man? Like, how can I show up and be better? Don't allow it to make you bitter, because situations like this can definitely make a person bitter, because you kind of like, yo, I'm blindsided. It's worse when you're blindsided. Like, I've been in scenarios where from day one, I knew that guy was trash. Like, and I'm choosing to hurt my own feelings and to take this risk because I'm like, I know that dude was trash. He showed me all the signs, but YOLO. But when you have done the work on yourself, and when you think it's different, and you think like, I'm choosing right this time, and you still end up with egg on your face, it's just disgusting. But just keep hope alive. My heart goes out to Raven. I just really, and then like to be publicly having to deal with this, because you got all these people, including me, in your business, and you don't want these people in your business because the show is over. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. But SK, oh Lord, sis was cute. Sis is cute. My heart goes out to her too, because she was blindsided. It's not just Raven in this situation that's being hurt. It's the other girl that's being hurt, because she didn't know either. Like, she literally was dating this guy, going on vacation with this guy, rocking with this dude, and then all of a sudden, she see this man on TV. Like, Love is Blind. Also, she see fiancé in his phone. Like, what? What is happening? What is going on? And then now I can say the one red flag that I did peep with SK. This is what I call mental gymnastics. Mental gymnastics is basically when people try to play in your face. People really be saying things that don't even make sense. They be trying to it's basically gaslighting. It's mental gymnastics. So, SK, you go on this show. You know the end of the show, the goal is marriage. But you know you about to go off to school where you're going to have to move. So you're unstable. I just feel like when you are about to get married, there needs to be some sort of stability in your life so you guys can stand on it. Because if there is no stability, it's just going to make the path a little bit more difficult. So the fact that you knew all of this before going into this process, I told y'all in the last episode that I talked about these dating shows are trash. I want to punch the producers in the face, because y'all knew this man was going through this process, but y'all still allow him to come on here. Like, that just don't make sense to me. So that was a red flag, because it's kind of like, dude. And maybe he was going to use that as an out. Maybe he was going to be like, oh yeah, I'm about to go off to school anyway, just in case he didn't want the chick or whatever. But I don't know. It's just a headache seeing the constant disappointment going on, like, in the atmosphere, like with the divorce, the divorces, with the disappointments on TV. Like, where are the happy stories? Like, okay, now I'm not gonna lie and say I don't see the happy stories, because I love me some Kev and Melissa Fredericks. They book Marriage Be Hard went #1. I love me some Tabitha Brown and Chance Brown. Like, they're great. I love me some Viola Davis and her husband. Like all of these. So I can't lie. I love me some Issa Rae and her hidden husband. I love it all. Black Love. Yes, yes, Lord. But yeah, sometimes it just gets annoying because it's like, dang, I'm rooting for you. Can y'all just come on, man, work it out? Like, what are you doing? Now, before I go, I just want to talk about how it is spin the block season. Spin the block is when a person from the past who may have fumbled you or y'all like ended up not working out comes back around. So in spin the block season, it's usually around this time because it's also cuffing season. Um, People just pop up with the hey big head, especially the Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas, New Year's Eve. They think telling you happy holidays, it's a moment. It's a moment for them to get back into your good graces. I just want you to know to not do that. Because even if you are feeling lonely, even if you are having a moment, just remind yourself of why they had to spin the block in the first place. Because my biggest thing is, how did it end? Because a lot of the dudes who spin the block on me, it always ends in a very ghetto manner. Like, they do something dumb, I catch them in a lie, they ghost, like disappear and then pop back up. I'm not going through that with you again. Like, I no longer trust you. Like, no, I don't trust you anymore. So just don't put yourself in a position to have to go through those emotions again, because listen, it ain't even worth it. It's just draining. Just don't even do it. Just don't even do it to yourself. Just ask yourself, how is this going to end? I do this thing where anytime someone approaches me or any situation, when I'm evaluating if I want to date this person, take this person seriously, longevity, blah, 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 I do this thing where I literally play our whole relationship out in my mind. I'm like, okay, what do I know about this person? How can I project our future? How is this going to end? Now, if the possibility of it ending well is above 75%, then I'll give them a chance. But if the possibility of this not ending well is below it, no. And that makes your possibility lower when you've already done stupidity in my eyes and now you want to come back around. No. 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 In the words of Glorilla, stand on it. Whatever you did, stand on it. I'm going to make you stand on that. I'm not. No, absolutely not. And the sad thing is, I haven't participated in cuffing season in years. It's been years, okay? It has been years. Don't feel sorry for me. It is okay. It is A-OK. Okay? But it's mainly because these dudes be out here doing dumb stuff in the summertime, but then want to spin the block in the fall and the winter. And when you're trying to spin the block in the fall and the winter, I'm not going. I'm not going. No, absolutely not. No, I'm too busy trying to bring in the new year properly, because I don't have to wait till New Year's Eve till Compass Season goes, I'm going hard. I'm going strong. But in the meantime, I am still single. I'm a free agent. I'm on the market. And I'm still waiting on somebody's son to act right the first time. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with acting right the first time? Like, I be wondering, like, do y'all, like, do y'all not want to? Is it a test that these men want to put us through? Like, I can't act right the first time. I want to do her wrong and then come back and see. But I already know the answer to that. I already know that when dudes fumble, a lot of times it's not on purpose. I did see this post the other day of this guy. He made a really good point. He was saying how so okay, I'm sorry y'all, but my brain be all over the place. So it was a stitch on TikTok. So it started with this guy saying, the girl that I really didn't like but I enjoyed her attention stopped talking to me and got a boyfriend, and he was upset about it. So let that sizzle in your mind. You think about it. Put yourself in her shoes. So you were liking this guy, but he was basically breadcrumbing you. He really didn't like you. So he was only giving you a small dose of attention just to keep your attention because he enjoyed your attention, right? And then you end up getting a boyfriend and now he's upset. He's not upset that you got a boyfriend. He's upset that because he no longer can reap the benefits of the attention from you that he was using to boost his ego. So then the guy comes in and he's like, a lot of men do this. A lot of men use micro doses of attention from different women in order to boost their ego. That's where they get this audacity from. I figured it out. They get their audacity, like they have a roster and say they have 5 women on the roster. And if they're getting an intense amount of attention from all 5 women, then they have 100% attention and 100% of the audacity. Because now they feel like they're that guy, right? So if then you are taken away, then now they only have 80% of the attention and 80% of the audacity. But men always want to have 5 women at 100% of the audacity, right? Right? You feel me? That's where they're getting this audacity from. So what I'm saying is, if you feel like you're getting breadcrumbed, if you feel like you're giving way more than you're receiving, I need you to cut off his supply. Please. For me, cut off his supply. Stop giving him the supply because that is what's increasing his audacity. Stop it. All right. And with that, I'm gone. See y'all next week. Bye.